Hi people, morning world, 20 past, 10 in the morning on the 11th of March. Don't expect any sense at all from me today. I've got about 7 readings to do in the next few hours. I'm rammed at the moment, but that's it. Then I'm running away in a couple of days. I'm teaching at the weekend on Friday in Leominster, a whole day of teaching. So if you're interested, get in touch. But it's headless chicken time out there. It's not a void moon. But the moon is now square Mercury for the next 12 hours. And then when it finishes doing that, there's a short void moon. And then it's squaring Neptune for the next 12 hours. So for the next 24, 36 hours, moon in Scorpio and Sagittarius squaring Mercury and Neptune doesn't imbue me with confidence about the logic and the rationality and the functionality and the detailedness of the coming 36 hours. And of course, Mars is conjunct Uranus later today. Won't that be fun? I'm absolutely disgusted with the majority of astrologers, of whom I am one of the most guilty, whom over the times have really sort of laid into this aspect really heavily. I've been full of doom and gloom and death and disaster about it over recent times, but the more we've got into it, the more I thought, you know what have we got to lose? Let's maximise the opportunities that are floating around. Let's really try and use this energy for something positive instead of hiding under the bed. And I'm appalled at how many astrologers are actually just being so negative about this. Mind you, it's a crazy time. Everything's frenetic. And even those who aren't being affected by it are seeing it in others, and it's making them still feel a little bit unstable. And it does seem that the next 24 to 36 hours do have an energy of craziness about them. There's a few things that have happened to me. Yesterday, someone said to me on one of my blogs that I was different to all the other astrologers, and I had an element of upbeat about it. And then they ended the comment with something about like all good kidney stones, this time will then pass. At which I immediately extrapolated the fact that I am the kidney stones of astrologers. They all pass, but yeah, great. And then there was, in the UK, there's a character on British television who's either the source of much derision or much admiration, depending on your level of intellect. His name is Jeremy Clarkson, and he does do a lot of things around cars with very big exhausts and big bonnets. And he came to a fall from grace last night in a very cursory examination of his chart with the Sun in Aries, Moon in Libra, both T-square Saturn in Capricorn. And oh yes, the Uranus-Pluto-Mars conjunction is actually hitting him quite strongly. So that's just one of many, I'm sure. No point doing Schadenfreude, but the guy's been accused of too many things in the past to endear him to my taste. And then, of course, something really interesting came up yesterday, brand new, hot off the presses. I've never heard of anyone ever making this connection. This is a good one for all you potential medical astrologers out there. I was talking to someone yesterday, a client, and I saw something in their chart about, I think it was how Neptune in the sky was opposing their Mars in Virgo. And their Mars rules Aries, and I think their 6th house started in Aries. So because of this, I postulated that there was an energy fatigue, an energy of weariness, that they were running on 94% instead of 98%. Nothing wrong, but classic Neptune opposite Mars, with Mars ruling health. And then I thought, hang on, there's something else there. And there was connections with Mercury that made me think about that part of the body, and particularly the thyroid. So I just mentioned glandular issues, and sure enough, there was a response. And then, I don't know what it was, but I started talking to the person about what my granny used to do with me. She used to make me drink this disgusting stuff called thyme and lemon syrup. And if I was a good boy, I got it sweetened with a bit of honey. But it really cured my coughs. And I was just sat there eulogising about the values of thyme with that part of the throat, and I suddenly stopped and looked at the client, and the client stopped and looked at me, and we just sort of went at each other, THY, thyme, THY, thyroid. Old wives' tales, thyme is good for the throat. I wonder, now I'm sure there's some bright-eyed medical scientist who's got a quasi-interest in astrology here who's going to try and make a link to this. I hope so. Be great if that happens. Meantime, grow your time. Back to today. Flippancy apart, it's Mars-Uranus conjunction. Helio, it's not that big a deal, but there's still shakings and quiverings. You can bet 1 or 2 people at the moment are firmly ensconced in their bunkers and not moving anywhere. Mind you, earthquakes are a little bit more common, but not too bad. If you look at suspicious observers, Google it and watch it every day. It makes my daily blog look amateurish. There's no big earthquakes due. There's no dramas in the next 48 hours. It's personal, it's human, it's political, it's economic, possibly military. But I've got a Mars-Uranus conjunction in my chart. It's not all doom and gloom. There's fun, there's opportunity, there's windows, there's innovation, there's stimulus and excitement. Take chances, dare. Yeah, you get hurt, of course you will. You won't die. And you'll grow and you'll learn. Wonderful time to be alive. Catch you later.